But good morning, everyone. Will they are doing mock statements? Are they having examinations? On exams and tests? But the problem is, principal informed with their exam last week. Was also informed even last week about marketing. So we have exam for both in both days. You we have exam in both days. They get the you all were there last week. You were there. You all were there. Then I can understand. It is their exam in both grades. Right? And yeah, now we are like about to complete all discussion about management. Right? So I will just be summarizing. Sorry, I will just be going through the session. Uh, we started last week. And it will not take that much of time. And after that, I will be like giving you the guidelines related to your action. And then we give some of the questions like okay, then I will be having a couple of questions to discuss and we have a today's plan. So we started talking about this final key factor, right? The place, right? This is all about how the products are made available for you to purchase. Right. This is all about how the products are made available for you to purchase. And we discussed about how channel members add values for our marketing system, right? So you can understand what happens if you don't have distributors, right? The marketeers or the companies have to make so many effort to make the product and services available in a way that customers can utilize. You have intermediaries for distributors in the market. And these distributors add so many values, right? This is where we stopped last week, right? They mainly do the following functions like information sharing, promotion, contact, matching, negotiation, physical distribution, financing, and display, right? These are the main functions that channel members perform or else the channel members do in order to add value for this marketing system, right? If I explain this further, so when it comes to this information function, they gather distribution information about consumers, producers, and other actors and forces in the marketing environment needed for brand and leading state. Right? So these are distributors are being like main players who can collect information about what is happening in the market environment. Right? Let's say as an example, a very simple example. We have the salespeople in any company, right? We call them as the sales representative, right? So when they go for the like sales activities or when they go out to visit their customers, they mainly meet their competitors sales representatives as well, right? So in such cases, they can have some informal discussion, right? In practice in real in Sri Lanka, what happens is when they go out and they stay like 2 3 days out of the company, right? And they stay at a particular place, right? So it could be a place where almost all the sales representatives of companies are staying, right? So those would be the nice places or the nice locations where these sales representatives can collect information about what their competitors are doing and what is happening in the area. The total language is anywhere. Sales representatives are able to companies during the sales current. It was about stable, right? They may be like going up, right? So as a county people, you might like involving in this perspective, right? So how much is being allocated for their night outs, how much is being allocated for their food, right? You might be getting so many bills to play, right? So when they are going for such visits, normally the sales rep of all the companies are staying together, right? They are staying separately. If they have some common places, clearly it's not able to drink at night, right? That is what happens in practically, rarely. But while they are having the drink or while they are having plans at night, so they can collect thousands of important information about what is happening in the market environment. Those could be nice information sources, but those are very much important, right? So in that way, the distributors or these intermediaries can collect information which are required for the company, right? So that is a one value which is added by these distributors in our company, right? Apart from that, these sales people can observe what is happening in the market or in the customer's response. They can get directly because the company is not directly involved with the customer. These sales people are the ones who are mainly or who are directly involved with who are directly engaging with the customer, right? So that they can get many important information from these customers or else about this environment. And those are very much helpful for the organizations to make like some important decisions. The other thing is promotion. That is something they do. They develop and spread persuasive communications about an offer, right? When they have like promotions, they can do it, especially through word of mouth, right? You know, to know how you would have to promote them, they can go to customers, they can talk to customers, right? With distributors, they can do some let's say some discounts and some offerings programs they can handle, right? So that is how this interface and well. Then the contact, finding, communicating with prospective buyers, right? They have a nice contact base, right? They have good contact bases, and through those contacts they can have good communications or good contact points with their prospective customers, right? Then matching, shaping the offers to meet buyers' needs, including activities such as manufacturing, grading, assembling, and packing. This is mainly about matching demand and supply. Based on demand and which that particular company is having in the marketplace, these intermediaries can inform the company to produce more items or less, right? Because these intermediaries know the demand in the marketplace. They know what customers are asking for. So based on that, they can match the demand and the supply of the company. And these negotiation, reaching an agreement on price and other terms, so that ownership of possessions to be transferred, set up in interdependent organization, which means so the transferring of ownership, mainly once the products are produced, they are owned by the company, right? And as long as it is being sold to the customers, it is owned by the company. So once it is sold only, it can be owned by customers or else it can be owned by us. So the negotiation part is mainly handled by these intermediaries and physical distribution. That's obvious. They are transporting and storing goods, then financing. They are the ones who collect funds. Then the organization needs. Once the company release the product or else the physical goods for the market, right? So intermediaries could be the ones who are collecting funds, right? That's why these salespeople are very much important for people. They do not have the salespeople. The organization cannot go behind the customers and collect funds or collect money from those salespeople. And risk taking, assuming the risk of carrying out the channel work, right? They have a huge number of tasks or they have like huge responsibilities of doing or also making the product available for the customer, right? So they are taking these risks as well. So these are the main functions performed by an intermediary. Just think of, just forget about the term intermediary, just think of the activities performed by a sales rep or a sales representative in your organization, in your company. What about what is for my people than 20? So, like, by engaging with some companies, right? Where I need to complete more finance division, just try to reflect these from the perspective of a salesperson. Just try to understand what the activity performed by a salesperson, right? So maybe they do this activity, they do promote our products, right? They do collect funds on behalf of the organization, they do collect money from our customers, and they do this physical distribution, right? They might be going sometimes in the lorry, or they might be like pushing company to deliver products on time, right? These activities are mainly done by our intermediaries. If we don't have intermediaries, then it's not possible for us to get these activities done, right? So in this way, our the intermediaries or the distributors are adding value for our marketing or else for our marketing process. Then we have another one called the number of channel levels, right? Some companies can have direct marketing or else yes, direct marketing channel, and some companies can have indirect marketing channels. The direct means we have a company here, right? So without getting the support of intermediaries, they are directly selling their products to the customers, right? They are not getting the support of intermediaries. Indirect means we have the company here, and they get the support of intermediaries, and through the intermediaries, they reach the customers, right? They reach the customer through the intermediaries. That is what is all about this direct marketing channel and indirect marketing channel. Marketing channel that has no intermediate level, right? Directly the company sells their products to customers. An example for this. Example in a company which goes to customer directly without having intermediaries. Yes. An example for this. Direct marketing channel. One of the people. People agents about and individuals running like the many other than possibility. So, yes, they may be selling their products only through their outlets, I guess. Right? They're not getting immediate support, distribution support. Anything else? Okay. What else? What are the other examples? You can have direct marketing channel. Here, some companies, they have no intermediaries, right? Only the client and the company are meeting, right? No, very part, no third party is involving for that process, right? By companies, right? So they are mainly selling their products to the customers without getting the support of intermediate, right? Then indirect means they have some distributors, agents, resellers, right? We have many. It comes usually they have like they do not have their own outlets to sell their products to end consumers, right? These are the illustrations of what I have drawn here. This is direct marketing channel. These are indirect marketing channel. Producer, retailer, consumer, or else we can have manufacturer, producer, or seller, retailer, consumer. It's a typical process of delivering the product to the customers in the market. Have you finished other topics as well? It's only one to be finished. Then when did you finish the other topics? The last week, last week. You have started with one now. Okay. Very good. You have started 3 more weeks study. Right. Uh, the channel behavior and organization. So under this one, we have these 4 types of channel behaviors: the conventional marketing channel, vertical marketing channel, horizontal, and marginal distribution. The conventional marketing channels though we have intermediaries like these retailers, distributors, like the resellers, they work separately or they work independently to achieve their goals only. They are not like working together. Right? So consist of one or more independent producers, wholesalers and retailers, each seek to maximize its own profits and there is control over the other members. No formal means for assigning roles and resolving conflicts. They even like these retailers, distributors do not get together and discuss how well they can distribute their products and services to the customer. Right? So each party tries to maximize their own profit only. Right? So once it is let's say it is sent from manufacturer wholesaler to retailer, right? Wholesaler like do not want to make sure whether products are properly being sold to the consumer, right? Once it is sold to the retailer, wholesaler thinks that if his role is done with whatever task he is assigned to, right? Make it even if a wholesaler or retailer but take it to the medical right? Wholesaler and තමන්ගේ profit margin එක පුළුවන් තරම් වැඩි කරනවා. retailer බලන්නේ තමන්ගේ profit margin එක වැඩි කරනවා. Right? They do not consider when the customers are satisfied, right? They do not want like make sure that the products are being sold to the customers on time. They are not like worried about anything. The only factor that they are considering is only about maximizing their own, right? So this is very much conventional. They are not focused on these customers, right? Whether they can satisfy customers or not, they are not focused on, and they are concerning only on maximizing their own, right? That is their major objective. This is very much conventional marketing channel. The next one, this is the opposite of that. The vertical marketing channel, right? So these channel members, right, or the producers, wholesalers, retailers, they act as a unified system. They work together to provide a better solution or to provide a better value for their customer, right? They work together. People කලින් අය වගේ නෙමෙයි. කලින් අය බලන්න තමන්ගේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක විතරක් වැඩි කරගන්න. But it is a vertical marketing system. These producers, wholesalers, retailers, everyone gets together and work together, right? They try to give a better solution for their customers, or they try to give a better value for their customers, right? Right? These are the illustration of these conventional and vertical marketing system. This is conventional. Manufacturer is there independently. The wholesaler is there independently. Retailer is there and consumer is there, right? Everyone is working independently, right? Or else everyone is working separately. But in vertical marketing system, we have this manufacturer, wholesaler, retailer. Everyone is working as a unified system. Everyone needs to make sure when their products are being sold to the customers on time, when their products are being delivered to the customers on time, right? They are mainly focused on customer satisfaction, and while satisfying the customers, they need to increase their profits, right? Then the next one, horizontal marketing, right? These are like different behaviors that channel members have, or different behaviors that intermediaries are having. So this includes two or more companies at one level that join together to follow a new marketing opportunity. These companies combine financial, production, or marketing resources to accomplish more than any one company could ever. Right? It's like through one, let's say, as an example, in supermarket you might have seen some banking opportunities, banking services are there. Sorry, before we can see commercial bank is functioning, right? So two services or as two companies are joining together and try to provide service for the customer, right? It's a basic different types of service, different types of products are being sold to the customer. So it makes customers easy, like to get some of the services done. But that is very much convenient. While going to the supermarket, they can go to their basement without taking a huge effort. Right? Any other example for this horizontal marketing system? In supermarkets, we have these restaurants now, everything is there. Right? If we buy FMCG, those things are available, right? Apart from those FMCG and everything in a supermarket, we have like in restaurants, right? And we can like pay our bills, we have all those facilities. Right? Any other example for this horizontal marketing system? Two or more companies at one level that join together to follow new marketing. Companies take up to meet and to services they are. That's what happens in this horizontal marketing system or horizontal marketing channel. Yes. Any other example from local context? Tell me one. To understand what is concept is horizontal marketing system. Clear you? Any example? How does it I the marketing I haven't seen. Where it is structure, culture, there is a little structure. Not seen. That's fine. Alright. So they are like functioning in one place. So the app is practicing this one, right? If they are prepared, they are having this masters, right? So they are trying to be like, but it is like all same company providing different service. But yes, well, the other companies are looking to provide more services to the customers. Especially it's like banks offering loans only to get solar facilities. That is something like that is for the purpose of buying solar only. They are providing loans, right? But in let's say like in Artico and commercial bank. The commercial bank is not providing loans to buy a product from Artico, right? We can separate their bank facilities. We can separately have the service from Artico. How long is? That is also fine, but the thing is like this has to be like very much functioning in one single place. Are they like offering all those services in one single place? No. It's like on the same brand, we can have different services, different places. That's not going to come under this horizontal marketing system. Because they want when hospitals need to get medical facilities, they need to go another hospital, that is in one separate place. And when they want to get other services, now the construction or anything else, they might want to go to another different place. Like when there is something you for the customers. But in Africa and commercial bank, example, under one roof, they can give both the service. Sentience. What else? Tamil horizontal marketing system. I do not know actually. An example from your end. Sorry. So there's our restaurant. There's what are the different services we can get? We can have the restaurant facility, what else?
In lot of management company.
Sorry.
Lot of management and it is a separate company. But it is still separate.
That's right. From customer's perspective, the customer can get the restaurant facility, restaurant service. Apart from that, what else the customers can get? Okay. Yes, entertainment. That's correct. It's a good example, right? We can have the entertainment facilities, right? And we can have the restaurant facilities together, right? That is how these horizontal marketing systems are functioning, right? Then the multi-channel distribution system, which means an organization adopting more than one distribution method to sell their products for the end consumer, right? Sometimes the organization might be going for direct selling, right? And also they might be going for some indirect selling as well. They could be direct selling for some amount of customer reach current, or some amount of customer reach current. It will indirect selling for that is what we call as this multi-channel distribution system, right? Directly they are reaching some customers, right? In some cases they are going to reach customers through retailers only. And in some cases, they are going to reach customers through distributors, dealers, right? And in some cases, they might be targeting the customers only through the sales force, right? These are practically happening. They are depending on the customer. So, how many number of intermediaries are going to be used, right? Is decided by the company. People customer kita impekanu, dengan tadi segment ekanu, people monawagi intermediaries ada bagian sekarang that is how the benefits of practicing of loading these multi-channel distributions. Right. Then this intermediation is like the opposite of intermediation, the cancellation of the getting support of intermediate. Right. Due to various reasons, maybe if the organization feel like they have enough resources to sell the products directly, they do not want to get the support of intermediates. Right, or else they feel like they have the enough expertise now, they do not want to give the support of intermediaries, right? It's intermediation. The cutting out of marketing and intermediaries by product or service producers or the displacement of traditional resellers by radical new types of intermediaries. Right. So one aspect could be cutting off the existing intermediaries that an organization is, and the other side could be replacing their traditional resellers by radical new types of intermediaries, right? So before the COVID-19, some organizations were delivering their product or else they were accepting their orders only through physical methods. But after COVID-19, they replaced that one through online methods and they are still practicing. Right? It's intermediation. Then, as an example is, right, now, let's say, even without going to change over, now we can make orders, right? So directly, they send those products to our doorstep, right? We can make those orders, right? Even to other, let's say, clothing stores, textile shops, right? Without going to the clothing store, We can take the order, we can select the items we want, and they are directly selling, right? They're very much replacing those conventional or traditional methods by radical new types of intermediate. Then the final part, the channel design decisions. I'm not going to explain this very much, right? Because at the moment it's not that much needed. So when it comes to these channel design decisions, we have four main things to consider. The first one is analyzing consumer needs, then the setting channel objectives, identifying major alternatives, and evaluating major alternatives, right? So through this process, we can design or else we can plan or as an organization, we can decide which intermediary we should pick. I will briefly explain this one. Then before selecting an intermediary, first we need to consider about the customer's needs. Right? Let's say we have customer base who needs the products and services very quickly. Right? They need to product. Let's say like once they make the order, they need to have the product within a day. Right? In such cases, we must make sure to find out intermediaries or the distributors who can sell or else who can deliver the product and services to our customers within the year. Right. So depending on the customer's needs, we make sure to select the ideal intermediary to sell our product and service. Right. The next one is setting channel objectives. Right. Some of the channels can have different objectives. Right. One objective could be selling product immediately. Right. One could be selling a high number of items. Right. So it depends. Depends on the organization and depends on the product that they are. Then the third one, this is very much important. Identify major alternatives. This is all about how many channels we are going to use to sell our, right? So under this identifying major alternatives, we have three things to consider. We have something called intensive the next one is selective and exclusive. Right? We have intensive distribution, selective distribution, and exclusive distribution. So this intensive distribution means, right? So depending on the product that we are selling, we decide to make our product available in all the places where we can. Right? I will explain this in example. Let's say we need to buy a Coca-Cola. Right? We need to buy the Coca-Cola. Right? So what are the places where we can buy Coca-Cola? What are the places? Supermarkets, right? Groceries. Correct. Restaurant. Yes. So, yes, even like a small cafe. Even in a boutique, we have in a village, and even in some houses, right? We can buy, right? That is all about making our products available in all the places or as much as places where we can, right? After පුළුවන් තරම් places the products available in තමයි intensive distribution market. So it depends. So depending on the product that we are selling and depending on the market that we are having, right? We decide to make our product intensive distribution. Here, any other example for intensive distribution? Here the example of our Colombo to control that conflict. It needs to be about sentiments, intensive institution. Like we are, sorry, we are in a video, we can purchase. Let's say we need to buy yogurt. Right? We can buy it from supermarket, we can buy it from grocery, we can buy it from boutique in our village, right? Right. So like we have many number of products. If it is a biscuit packet, we can buy it from anywhere. We saw that those are not available in Star Hotels. There's some practical to sell like biscuit Star Hotel. Right. Available from one because of practical available to the that is intensive distribution. So the next one is the selective distribution, right? So look at the intensive distribution. The manufacturer has reduced the number of places where the product is made. Right? Selective distribution. Sapeksha, intensive and sapeksha, people products available current pickup are doing them. Any example? Only they are making their products available only at a very selected places. Any example? Sorry. Pizza much, but those are available only at Pizza Hut, right? There is only like one place. No, this is an example. You need to buy. With adventure, let's see. Let's say crocodile one, right? Just think it. Follow one, right? So can we like buy it at any place we want? Can we purchase it in Peta? Can we purchase that any other like all the textile shop? Or can we purchase it at Pamanua? So that's not possible, right? They are making their products available only at a very few places, right? We come to as the example of crocodile. Apart from those crocodile outlets, they are making their products available only at very few places. Now usually they have within I guess food brand, they have I guess, right? And only very few places, right? So making the product only at a few selected places is called as the selective distribution. Right? Any other example for the selective distribution? Some of the selective distribution. Any other example for this selective distribution? Sorry. No, where are they? Aren't they available in supermarkets? And even at groceries, we can find. No, aren't we? But you know, I don't know. That is because they are like doing less production. When it comes to import of island, they don't have like less production. Due to less production, they are making products available only at a very few places. That is not something they are doing purposefully. That is due to the lack of distribution, lack of manufacturing capabilities. They are making the products available only at a few places. Right. Then it cannot be taken under the selective distribution. Anything else? How about some of the sorry? Barcelona, apart from Barcelona outlets, are they available in any other place? Then it cannot be selective. When it comes selective, it has to be like available in like a few places. Not like intensive, not like all the places, but it has to be available in few places.
It's not.
Sorry. It is not realized. So this should be like related to product, not outlets, right? Related to product. How about some of the like electronic devices, right? Let's say uh, let's say some mobile phone brands, right? Like in legal ways we can have right it available in so many places, but legally, right? Those are available or those can be like made available only at very selected place, selected distribution, right? So the exclusive one means they purposefully limit their products available only to a very small number of places, right? Like pizza, only at pizza those are available. Online pizza, those are available. And when it comes to our like brand and purchase, right, products, right, they may be available only at their places. Right. And some of the vehicles we have, right, those are available only at their own outlets, right, those are distribution. So depending on the product that the organization is selling and depending on the market they have, they limit the places where they make their product available. That is to maintain their superiority sometimes, right? That is to maintain their uniqueness sometimes, right? They do these types of different distribution methods, right? And finally, they need to evaluate these various alternatives, right? Depending on the product they are going to sell, depending on customer's objectives, right? Customer's expectations, right? And depending on the competition, right? So they need to evaluate their alternatives, channel alternatives, and they need to select the best channel that they can sell their products to the market. Right. So this is how we make the decisions related to channel design. Or else, how we can select a channel member or else how we can select an intermediary depends on these process. Right. So that's all about distribution in the class from from this place part in the class. Okay. Right. Then I will go to the examination guidelines and I will have some of the questions discussion with you. This is going to be the most important part of this guidelines. But there is now much information. And just finish summarizing you how you will get the exam paper. Notification, the start of the paper, and illustrating you. Better to have an understanding. Right. Normally you are getting 3 hour paper. Is it? Right. It is going to be a 3 hour paper. And there will be 5 questions in the exam paper. Right. And the question one is compulsory and it carries 40 marks. Right. And you have 4 more questions. And out of those, rest of the 4 questions, you need to select only 3 questions to write answers, right? And each of those 4 questions carry 20 marks. Right? Then 20 to 3, 60. And then for the first question, you are getting 40. Then you are getting altogether 100 marks. Right? Then here, the first question you are going to pass it. In number of questions, number of clear. Another not proposed later gun. But the party will be Iran complaint for the environment. It already you get 100 pounds. And this is very much important. You are responsible for clear and legible writing, right? Your handwriting, right, should be readable in. I'm not going to try take your handwriting. We can after look again. I don't want like clear handwriting, but whatever you are writing, it has to be readable enough. Otherwise, I might come from behind you ask what is this, and that's not going to work out. So that please pay your attention. Right. This is a very serious problem that we are experiencing usually, right? Especially even our students, if they have right. Right. They have knowledge and they know everything. But when they are going to write the answers, like sometimes if we ask them to read it again, even they are unable to read it. Right. So please pay your attention on that and write your exam. Right. So that's all about the exam paper. Anything else to ask? I will like discuss some questions with you. This is structure. You are getting only the English medium and then you will get computer papers. Then you will write it English as well. What else do you need to know about the paper? Except the answer the questions you are getting. I will not be giving a case study, right? For the 40 marks question, which is for the compulsory one, right? I will be giving some questions covering like over the chapters I have discussed so far. Right. So, like, let's say those could be like around 8 questions, which carry 5 questions which carry 8 marks. Right, it could be the nature of the first question. But first part, attack the from Pahabuma Tikaraga, attack to Tikar. You know, I will like give the same weightage for the questions in question number 1. Right. The next one, 5 questions, 4 questions, out of those 4 you will be the anything else? Connection for this take. This is the month that we can convert in how long we. Then there is only one if it is 60-40, right? So whatever the marks you are getting will be converted to 60. Then for the same mark you will be getting out of 40. What else? Or what else did you do? Like here for the other subjects about the paper. Then I can add those things. And these subjects are one of the paper in it will be done. Will you give me a type of questions you are getting? Better work like any question you have. So, which areas, right? Actually, we have discussed around 10 to 11 topics, right? 10, right? Then out of those 10 sessions, we will be getting questions from our sessions.
Is it based in
Yeah, same weightage actually. Let's say like for the first question, right? Coming to the next period, the following question about the input was, let's assume you have 5 questions, will be 5 questions, right? Then for that 5 questions, you are getting 8 marks per question, right? So maybe that follow up, if I come section became power engineering, then the happy one and 5 hours. Demon Kamalade, first question in Yabu, session in questions on the table. Right? That is how it is. So if you read case study, I think you will get for the case study. Right? I feel like not be reading case study, I will be giving some other questions. Will I be easy for you in paper now? And these are like the direct questions, right? I will be asking you to define what marketing is. I will not going to like give you to define what distribution is. Those type of questions will not be there. I will show you the types of the nature of the questions that I will be asking. What else you want to do? Or you ask whether it is easier or difficult. Anyone? If it has to be your first question, I'm having my tea. Huh? Just why you ask that question? It is easier. That will be your main question. If I was to type the ask the same question. So it won't be a difficult one. Right? But you need to study. I will send the paper based on the handout that I have that you have got. And how many handouts have you got so far? See nothing. But the last handout you got. You didn't get anything. What is share with you part of your school ranking? 9. You had a prize, sorry, promotion. And this one to be shared. You are from the group level taxon demand and of the check of the group. So they have right. And when you are like study, if you feel like if you get anything it is not clear to you, you can ask me at any time, right? To send you WhatsApp message. Sometimes there can be delays in replying. Sorry for that. But anyway, I will try to reply in my level best. Right? If you get any question, or else just bring me. Right? If I have a free time, I will read it on. Right. Now I will like simply be summarizing whatever the things we have discussed so far. I and the previous lecturer from Samila, right? I will explain you what are the things we have discussed so far. in case from what I am writing here, if you haven't learned anything, please let me know. Right? So first you must have learned about introduction, right? Then you must have learned marketing, some of the key concepts in marketing, right? Like satisfaction, loyalty. I hope you learned this thing, customer value, right? Then who's the customer, the consumer, right? Those things you must have learned. And then you must have learned the role of marketing, right? Role of marketing. Under the role of marketing, you must have learned marketing as a philosophy, marketing as a skill, right? And marketing as a function. This is the role of marketing for an organization. Marketing as a philosophy, marketing as a skill, and marketing as a function. Next, you must have learned the role of marketing to the role of marketing to the society, right? How the marketing function fills the gap which we have between the company and the customer, right? How the marketing is sharing information, right? How the marketing is delivering products and services, right? How because once the product are being manufactured, it is owned by the company as long as it is being sold to the consumer, right? So that gap is filled by market, right? So that is the role of marketing to the society. Then next you must have learned, still we are at the introduction level. Then you must have learned something about marketing philosophies. What are the different philosophies we have? Are you recording your mobile phone? Why go to get the recording to relax? Then marketing philosophy. What are the different philosophies you have? We have learned different philosophies of it. Under the evolution of marketing, something you must have learned. Something called what's the name? About something called product concept, production concept, selling concept, marketing concept, then societal marketing concept, and holistic marketing concept. Right? You must have learned those 6 steps, right? Production, then selling, marketing, then societal marketing, then holistic, right? So these 3 concepts, this production, product and selling concept, they are not focused on, not focused. Customer satisfaction, right? Then I will explain, right? So this is where the company is focused on customer satisfaction. Right? This marketing concept is the philosophy or is the concept. The first we heard about situation where the company is focused on satisfying customers' needs and wants while achieving the objectives. Then in the societal marketing concept, what happens was we had this society, right, customer, and the organization, right? All these three parties' objectives are being achieved through societal marketing concept. Then we have this holistic marketing. This is considered to be the most important philosophy. Most important philosophy, right? Because this matters everything. We have like four aspects of holistic marketing, performance marketing, then internal marketing, right? We have to make a little bit exactly. Just go through it. Holistic marketing, right? And it considers or it says that everything matters. For marketing, everything matters. And this is considered to be the most important philosophy that an organization can follow. And this is considered to be the most suitable philosophy as well for an organization to follow, right? Then this must have been your first session, right? Sorry, after that you must have discussed about something called value, particularly, right? And another concept called customer delivered value, right? Customer delivered value. There you must have learned benefits and different cost types, right? You must have learned the benefits like product benefit, service, image, and personnel. If you haven't learned, please let me know, right? You must have learned these things. Then when it comes to cost factors, monetary cost, content cost and psychic cost, and time cost. The other thing is the society, social or something. I can't remember exactly. Again, we have four cost factors, right? So the difference between these benefits and cost are considered to be the customer delivered value, right? As an organization, we always need to focus on providing more benefits to our customers, right? Than the cost. Then only customers delivered value and increase, right? So this must have been your first session, right? Sometimes it might have taken like 2 to 3 days to cover up this everything. Right? Anything to ask from whatever things I have written in the whiteboard? No, all of marketing can be done. Overall, the marketing as a philosophy, right? Because actually, all organization economic philosophy marketing as a skill relationship with the private government, right? Because market taking can identify the relevant government, the market sensing community. Four concepts. මේ key concepts කියලා කියන්නේ ටිකක් concepts ටිකක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට needs කියන්නේ මොනවාද wants කියන්නේ මොනවාද value කියන්නේ මොකක්ද satisfaction කියන්නේ මොකක්ද මේ වගේ areas ටික ඔයගොල්ලෝ නිකන් cover කරන්න, right? Those are the key terms. In Kalani, but the role of marketing for organization is something different from that key concept, right? The role of marketing has two roles for an organization and for a society. And for an organization, that is as a philosophy, as a skill and function. Then for a society, that marketing plays as a platform to bridge the gap between manufacturer and the customer. Right? Anything you have learned from this introduction session? You are going. I will explain. I will explain those things at the end, right? I will write down it. Notak karana. Yes, what else? I hope that's fine. Right. The next paper, sorry, the next session, we must have discussed about and should be marketing information system, right? Something called MIS in vertical demonstration. If you have MIS, fine. Marketing information system. Different. Did you have? Did you have? For the environment or information? Then after environment, did you have MIS? Okay. I think yes. Or can you please check if you are link? Wait, that's okay. My environment elements you have to check that out. Right, then if it is not MIS, you must have learned about the environment. Right, you must have learned about the environment. Right. So why we need marketing environment is, or else why do we need to analyze the environment is, that is where we can get information about what is happening and what will happen in the future. Right? Because it showcases us, right? How computers are behaving, how computers are behaving, right? Likewise, we have so many information to get from this marketing environment. In this environment, for this environment analysis, we can have micro and macro analysis, right? I hope you have done it. Micro and macro analysis, and we have different micro forces and macro, right? We have these different forces, right? And we need to identify these different micro forces and macro forces to better respond uh, to better respond to changes happening in the marketing environment. And you must have learned some difference in marketing environment, like different demographic trends, geographic trends, right? Economical trends, right? Economical environment, how companies need to respond to those environmental factors, right? You must have learned those things. So main thing is you need to identify on this environment is how an organization can respond to the different micro and macro processes, right? For the different changes happening in micro and macro processes. That is what you need to know. Then you do not want to define what is internal environment, external environment, that nothing is needed. What is needed is how an organization can respond to the micro and macro changes happening in the marketing environment. That is not a lengthy discussion like introduction. Then after this one, you must have learned about the consumer behavior. Remember this consumer behavior. Consumer behavior, right? On the consumer behavior, you must have learned what CB means. Did you learn this stimulus response model? Stimulus response model, did you learn? Right? We have different stimuli, product price based promotion, and other technological environmental stimuli, and customer decision making is happening, right? Buyer's black box, and we have finally the buyer's response. That's what we call the stimulus response model, right? And after that, from this stimulus response model, you must have learned factors affecting on buyer decision making. We have different factors like culture, how culture is shaping consumers' behavior. You must have learned it, right? Then social factors, personal factors, and finally the psychological factors. Right? These four factors you must have learned. From the culture, decision making, development, Both the social factors of decision making for development, personal factors from the development, but finally, psychological factors from the development of decision making. Right? The culture you must have learned called culture and subculture, right? How these culture and subculture is affecting decision making, right? I will give you like a couple of examples for this one. That is because of the culture, uh, some global restaurants like KFC, McDonald's in past, right? Pizza Hut, right? They are offering price and fry to Sri Lankan market and fried rice because they know that in our culture, the Sri Lankans are very much willing to have rice as their main meal, right? They are much focused most not offering rice for customers. It was all about these fast food items, right? But they identified that Sri Lankans are very much willing to have these rice as their main meal, right? So that is how the culture is changing the marketing strategies of organizations. Because from our culture itself, we have like an inner motivation to have rice even for one meal per day. And also, but that is not that is not something coming from our body. That is something coming from our culture. Right? Whatever we eat, we feel like hungry, we will have rice. Don't we? Right? That's the taste. And subculture, right? Any culture can have different subcultures, right? So when we consider Sri Lanka as the main culture, in different regions or in different provinces, people can have different behaviors. And I don't know if I have shared this one of my own experience which I have got from uh, some other students when I was lecturing. He was an entrepreneur, right? He was an entrepreneur, right? And he was manufacturing slippers, right? Slippers. And he was functioning in Western province. I don't know exactly where he was operating his business. And he had experienced good sales actually, right? With his designs and with his prices. He had experienced uh, good sales, right? Good amount of sales. So when the contract of Piraya was happening, he thought of operating a store there, right? To sell the slippers that he is manufacturing. It is conveyed. That was an assembly, right? Small medium enterprises, right? He thought of going to Papanama to sell this slippers. But unfortunately, when he was selling his slippers in Papanama area, he had experienced like almost zero sales, right? No people, right? Right. Very rarely people had purchased slippers from him, right? Like, he actually could not believe it since he had experienced like huge amount of sales in Western provinces. But he was experiencing very low number of sales in Papanama. Then the reason had been in his logo, right? In his slippers, he had used people, right? He had used people, right? The people in Papanama area, they are very much like respecting to Papanama God, right? The vehicle of Papanama God is the people. So people had totally rejected buying clothing, right? So that is the behavior of culture. In one culture it was accepted, but in another culture it was totally rejected, right? So that is how this culture and subculture things can affect on how consumption decisions, right? Then social factors, right? We have higher social classes, lower social classes, lower level social classes, right? So depending on those social classes, what we are purchasing, what we are buying can be different, right? Maybe brand items or maybe local brands, right? So that depends on social class we are belonging, right? There's some personal factors like our age, right? Our life cycle stage, right? Depending on those things as well, we might be changing what we have like, what we are doing, right? For our day-to-day life. Then psychological factors, right? You must have learned things for learning, motivation, personality, and perception, right? Different psychological factors. Those are very much subjective, right? So one's perception or something can totally be different from another one's perception, right? Perception means how we see the things or how we view an interpretation for things that we have seen. Like after the level of interpretation they need, right? For a one brand, one might be having a different interpretation compared to the others, right? Likewise, these psychological factors are also affecting one our consumption decision. And once you learn these things, you must have learned one of the most important part of this consumer behavior, the consumer decision making process, right? Consumer decision making process. We have 5 stages there: the need recognition, information search, evaluation of alternatives, purchase behavior, and post purchase behavior. It is learning, right? That is very much important to understand the consumer behavior, right? So this consumer decision making process, uh, normally, even without our knowledge, we go through this, right? Let's say you needed to buy a mobile phone, but you need to buy a mobile phone, right? Then your need recognition could be they need to make phone calls or they need to capture good photos, multiple photos, right? That is need recognition. Then you must have searched information about different brands available, right? It could be Nokia, it could be iPhone, it could be Samsung, Huawei, or anything, right? You must have searched for information available. If the features, storage capacity, speed, RAM, right? And battery life, guarantees we can get, right? You must have searched for those information. And once you search those information, you must have evaluate at each brand based on what you want, right? That's what we normally do. If you are not doing that, just let me know, right? When you are going to purchase a mobile phone, if I just go into shop and purchase what is things available, right? We can have such people, but we can have such people, that's right. Mobile phone का संभाल के वो लोग purchase decision का बिल्कुल अब अकेले को एक बहुत बड़ी purchase decision का बिल्कुल right? It may not be a huge one for some people, right? Spending 3 to 4 lakhs to buy a mobile phone may not be a huge one for some people, right? So those people may not be following that process. That's what I need to tell you, right? They're just going to shop and purchase whatever the things available. When it comes to the people like us, right? We normally follow that process. Then we might have a search for, we might have evaluated those alternatives, and based on our evaluation, the best one we must have purchased, right? And after purchasing, if we are satisfied, we can have first word of mouth. If we are not satisfied, we can have daily word of mouth. Or like we might be recommending if we are satisfied for the other that product, and if we are not satisfied, we might not be recommending our product to others, right? So that is the consumer decision making process, right? So there have we done something called high involvement and low involvement product, right? So in which cases are we following this consumer decision making process? Are we following it at high involvement or low involvement? High involvement technically अपनी product prices में भी consumer decision making process को follow करना low involvement होता है. What is meant by high involvement product? High involvement product. What is meant by high involvement product? high involvement means normally we sometimes we spend a time and effort, maybe a considerable amount of money, and we have a risk, right? This could be a high involvement product. Let's say you go and buy a lunch packet for today's lunch. Is it a high involvement or low involvement one? Huh? Low involvement. And you are going to buy a birthday card to your friend. Is it a high involvement or low involvement one? High involvement, low involvement. Let's say your birthday is and you are going to purchase a birthday card to your friend. Is it low involvement or high? Low involvement. Then either your girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband or wife birthdays to just click now let's talk about the girlfriend. After marriage, like yes, now then becomes conflict. Right. Then you are going to buy this a birthday card to the it's a high involvement or low involvement. The next birthday card is cost around about 350. Is it not like I don't know. I have to say. High involvement, low involvement. It's not a very then birthday card is first I say now the most important. High involvement, low involvement. I won't say that you don't have girlfriend or boyfriend. It's high involvement, low involvement. Low involvement. How about you? Low involvement. How about you? Yo, how about you? Yes. The high involvement, low involvement. Okay, low involvement, high involvement. High involvement. How about you? Very nice. Okay. How about you? High involvement. Why did you say that very Yes, that is very much important, right? That is not all about the money that we are spending on that, right? Sometimes we might be going for different jobs like this, right? And we might be looking for the color she or he is like prefers to have, and she is like to have if she is preferring to have like handmade one, we might be going to select handmade one, right? We might have to waste time, we might have to make any product. But when we are actually when they got to our friend, right? As long as it's a card, even if it's a card, he will accept, right? Okay, when like trying to give a birthday card to a friend, we normally do not want to waste time. We just try to go to the first shop that we see and purchase the first card that we see. Even we are to it. But we are like we try to give it to boyfriend or girlfriend or we do not go. Especially when we are like planning to give uh, those cards before marriage, particularly, right? So that's the nature. So that is not always depending on the money that we are spending on, right? That depends on the context of the situation where we are. Let's say you are going to give a birthday card to your boss or to your manager at your office. Is it high involvement or low involvement? Yes, how about you? Then modulus high. Because that birthday card might come one out promotion sometime. And why it can happen sometimes. Right? So it depends on the context, yeah. It depends on the situation. And sometimes particularly mobile phone, right? As I told you, could be a high involvement fund for you, right? But for you, it could be a low involvement. If you know all the information about bonds available in the marketplace, if you have enough money, right? And if you don't want to waste that much of time to purchase the mobile phone, then it could be low involvement, right? So that is how this involvement level depends. Right? Developing involvement here. So that must be the things you must have learned under this consumer behavior. Anything else you have learned? Consideration process under this consumer behavior. Is that all? Shall we have a small break and come back soon? Please come to just come by 11. Now the time is 10:45. Otherwise, we won't have enough time. Okay. Right. The next session you had was completed analysis. Right. I'm going to discuss that in detail. So that is mainly about it's compared we should select the answer. Right. I told you as the example that Coca-Cola is one of the right. When we are selecting competitors with the beat field, we should try to select competitors whom we can compete. Right. Not all the competitors, they can become strong in marketplace. Whom we can compete with, right? So that we able to compare whom we can compete with. Then next you will start the most important session, segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Right? The STP one. There we use different bases for segmentation. Hope you can remember the geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioral, right? Because we use different uh, uh, bases to segment the marketplace. Mainly we segment the market because we cannot offer the same product to everyone in the marketplace, right? That is why we segment the market, right? Uh, And when it comes to this segmentation, we have different criteria given way we want the effective segments, right? We can make the Nesta, measurability, accessibility, right? Likewise, we have different criteria given way we want the effective segments. That once we do the segmentation, we need to go for targeting, right? This is all about selecting one or more segments to sell our products right? And once we do segment targeting, we need to position our product in customers' mind. It's all about how well we can place our product in customers' mind. And for that, we do differentiations, right? For differentiations, we have different methods to do, right? The product differentiation, then service differentiation, then image differentiation, then personnel differentiation, and finally channel differentiation, right? Because we have these differentiation methods to differentiate our products or service from our competitors, right? And last of this session, we discussed the positioning map. Or you can remember we draw some positioning maps as well, right? Using two criteria, right? We used to have those positioning maps, right? That is what that session all about. And once we segmented the market, we started discussing about the 4Ps, right? The 4Ps. These were very much practical, and since we recently discussed these things, I am not going to discuss in detail. If you have anything to ask, you may please ask. So under the product part, the 4Ps we discussed, right? The 4Ps. The first one was the product. Then we discussed about the price. Then we discussed about the promotion. Then we discussed about the price at last. Right? These are the main 4Ps. These are the 4Ps that we discussed during this session. So on the session, on the product of you can remember we defined what the product is. Right? What is the product? Product could be anything, right? It could be a person, or you can remember information, idea, service, experience, or a combination of those. And in most of the cases, we can see the combination of those things as a product. And that is anything we offer to the market to satisfy customers' needs and wants. And in this product, we have in any company product mix. Product mix. In product mix, we have this. Hope you can remember the width, length, and depth. Right. These things we have, and also we discussed 5 levels of a product hierarchy. Then core product, basic product, then expected product, augmented, and potential. You can remember we discussed using some of the examples. We do simple pen, with a mobile phone, right? And finally, we discussed some of the concepts like branding, right? Again, which are very much important. Then different brand strategies, right? Anti-brand, new brands. Likewise, we discussed about different brand strategies, right? And next, we started discussing about the price aspect for the price session. Pricing. Then in pricing, we what is the uniqueness of this pricing? We had 2 unique characteristics of price. What is it? Unique nature of price. It's a unique person. You use unique nature of price. Let's discuss this with you. What is the unique nature of price? Price is the only element which generates a revenue, right? Other 3 elements are always incurring the cost for the organization, right? And the price is the only element which can be changed soon, right? This is the only element which we have those 2 characteristics. That's the only element which generates revenue, and we need to price is very much flexible compared to the other elements in this marketing mix, right? And when we are setting prices, we need to consider about our cost, different things. Competitive pricing, then government rules, like environmental factors, right? Different things to consider. And finally, we discuss about different price adaptation strategy, like psychological pricing and demand psychological pricing and price discrimination, right? Discounts, allowances, right? Those things were discussed at last. And then we came discuss about this promotion, which was again very much important. Then keeping in mind the concept of integrated marketing communication, why it is very much important, and different marketing tools, right? So in marketing communication tools like advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, right? Digital tools, right? Then the public relations, different tools we took in consideration. And at the end of this session, we discussed different two different promotion strategies. Push strategy versus the pull strategy. Whether we are directly promoting our products to a consumer or whether we are promoting our product to the intermediate, so that's distributed. Right. And finally, we finish it today, the place that we try to identify why it is important and why organizations need to have intermediaries for distributors and how these distributors are adding value for an organization and different channel management decisions, right? Those are the things we have discussed so far. And I cannot discuss those things in detail again and again within one session. And that is all about the summary of what we have discussed so far throughout the discussions. I think we would must have had sessions for about 13 or 15 days. I don't know, right? Then I think I have come to you for about 6 or 7 weeks, right? And before then, you have request from Zambia. And we do actually discuss even before I gave to you and talk to her and I asked them what we can discuss, right? And we have this one question that is all about MIS. But don't worry, I am only asking you from that session. It has been hasn't been discussed with you. Right. Now let me go to anything to ask about this custom video training. Anything to ask? Don't ask everything. Everything not anything to ask. And now I will explain this customer delivered value. We'll see whether it is there in handout. And always try to keep examples in your mind for all these concepts. Right. This is what you requested to explain. Customer delivered value. Right, or as we call it as customer delivered value. Right. So any organization, so in the competition in the marketplace, you always try to give more benefits to the customers compared to the cost that customers have to bear if they are going to purchase a product or service. So when it comes to these customer benefits, we have four different types of benefits. Image benefits, personnel benefit is not personal, this is personnel, and services benefits and the product benefit. And when it comes to the cost factors, we have monetary cost, time cost, energy cost, and the psychological, or as we call this as the psychic cost, right? We have those two things. So I will explain this using an example. Let's say you are going to purchase iPhone, right? And you are going to purchase it from Avance, right? They are selling iPhone, they are going to authorize deals in Srilanka. And you are going to purchase an iPhone. It's a 15-month from Avance, right? So image benefit is. So when you are like consuming the branded one, or is the product it is accepted by the society as something good, the benefit you get from that brand. Like that is the image. And you are going to purchase it from Avance, you know that totally is a recognized place, it is an accepted place in the society among customers, right? So you don't want to worry that much about it, right? So that is the image build, right? The overall image that the particular brand is having, right? Due to that image, you are getting some sort of benefit, right? You are not that much, you don't want that much worry about their purchase decision. Image build. Then the personal benefit is so how well you are being treated by the employees of the Avance or of the place where you are purchasing your mobile, right? Let's say those security people are welcoming to bill, right? The influencer will be there who welcomes to bill, and the officers or other sales people are greeting you bill, right? So that is the personal benefit that you are getting, right? Mainly employees, this particular organization, how well they are serving you. They are providing services to you. That is the personal benefit. Then services benefits. What are the different services you can get? Then those people are explaining you or is giving you instructions on how well you can use the mobile phone, and you are getting some additional warranties or guarantees, and you are getting the opportunity of paying money in installment basis, maybe without interest, right? Those are the different service benefits you are getting, right? Then the product benefits could be, right? The benefits you are getting from the product itself, maybe the features, right? Maybe the speed of the phone, maybe the storage capacity, the camera quality, likewise those different product features you are getting as the benefits. Then the total of those benefits are called as the customer benefits, right? Total customer benefits. Then when you are like purchasing that mobile phone, obviously there are costs. And that cost is not only about the money that you are spending on, right? That is not only about the money. That is not only about the money that you are spending on. Other than that, you have variable. Let's say that is monetary cost, the money you are spending on. Let's say if you need 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs, that's the monetary cost that you are there. The time cost, we search information about the product availability, maybe different information, to get different information, you must have like wasted sometimes. That's the time cost, purchasing and operating. Then energy cost, the effort you wait, effort you do, maybe to go to the outlet, right? Maybe to search the different types of versions, there's the energy cost. There's the psychological cost. This is the cost that you have to pay mentally. How the society will react to you based on your purchase decision, right? Then how your competition person will respond to you based on your purchase decision. Right? Psychologically, how much your purchase decision will affect you. That is the psychological cost, right? And finally, you have altogether the total cost. All of these cost factors, the sum of these cost factors are called as the total customer cost. Then if the customer benefits are greater than your customer cost, then which means your perceived value is high, which means you are either satisfied or delighted. Right? And if your customer cost is higher than the customer benefits, then you will be dissatisfied because you are not getting things as expected. Right? That is what this is all about. And as company, we always should try to give more benefits for the customers as well as try to reduce the cost of the customers, right? For that we can sometimes make all the information available in our websites, maybe in our social media, right? And we can try to give more benefits for the customers, right? And if we can, if we have resources, if we have capacities, we can open up different outlets, right? So that customers can easily access to us. Right? those things can be done to reduce the total customer cost. Right? That's all about this customer percentage. Is it very good? Very good. Now I will go to some of the questions. I don't think that we have enough time to discuss the answers, but I will show you. So you can think of some answers for these questions. Right? These are like basic types of questions that you might get. It is essential to understand certain fundamental concepts to understand the marketing function. Using an appropriate example, briefly explain the following marketing core concepts. Right? So in all the cases, you might have to provide examples. Right? It would be like around 90 to 95% of questions might ask you to provide you example in your answers, right? You always try to provide me, or else provide answers with the example, right? Then customer satisfaction. How would you define this and how would you like explain this with an example? Yes. Just imagine this is a question which carries 8 marks. How would you define this one with an example? Satisfaction. When you're using product, if you feel very comfortable, right? What else? But if you are getting an answer like that, you will, and if 4 marks is allocated for customer satisfaction, you might be getting around 1 marks hopefully. Right? This the rationale behind satisfaction is the difference between customers' expectations and the product performance. Right? Hope you can remember. We have discussed that how customers satisfied, delighted, and dissatisfied. Right? Three things we have discussed. There is customers' expectations, whereas the product's performances are greater than the customer's expectations, then customers will be delighted, and if product performances are equal to customers' expectations of the product, then customers will be satisfied, and if product performances are less than the customer's expectations of the product, then customers will be dissatisfied, right? Then delighted and satisfied customers will be like staying with the product, staying with the company for a long period of time, and they will be sharing positive word of mouth. That is their behavior, right? And if customers are dissatisfied, they won't be staying with us, and they will be sharing, they will be spreading a negative word of mouth, right? That has to be like complete answer has to be of that nature. And the market coverage, what is meant by market coverage? Sorry? What is meant by market coverage? Market coverage. I will speak this with us. What is meant by market coverage? Market coverage are again. Basically, for everything we offer to market to satisfy customers' needs and wants. Customer needs and wants satisfied currently. market development knowledge. That is the market development. And it could be a product, physical one, this ready, right? Giving information, idea. Then you should do some examples for the experience, what is the experience, for an idea, for information, for a physical product, or maybe for combination of those, right? So you should be able to provide some answers, right? That is how we should provide answers to those. Then first one, using an appropriate example, we will explain how the company can enhance us, how the company can enhance the customer delivered value. Then for that you need to use an example or maybe an organization or maybe a product and try to explain how they can use, how they can enhance the customer delivered value. Right? For that first you need to explain what is customer delivered value. Then in the customer delivered value we have like two sections, right? Benefit and cost, right? And for the benefit we have 4 items and for the cost we have again 4 items. Then you don't want to explain those 4 items deeply, right, in detail. Just with an example you need to explain it. That is how you need to provide the answer. Otherwise, it won't be that much easy for you to provide or for you to get marks, more marks for the examination. Then identify 4 major macro environment trends that exist in Sri Lanka and propose an innovative and appropriate opportunity to capture each trend. Can you please do this now? Second question. Identify 4 major macro environment trends. Without looking at the books, please try to do this. Just what are the different trends in macro environment? In Sri Lanka. One commute. Different. Do you understand the question? Probability. Let's say price inflation. Is for example, for you not, it has to be like specific. Inflation के लिए कौन किसी प्रोडक्ट inflation में नहीं दिए हैं, inflation में मतलब economy का survival नहीं कौन, it has to be there. And you might have a right to take this increase, it's not going down. We know the meaning not clear. But otherwise, it may not be able to answer. And from your end, from your case, you told environment friendly product. What is meant by environment friendly product? And is it an environment friendly product? That is just a product. Environment friendly product can trending application. If it is to be a trend, you might have to say that the increase in demand for the environment to be friendly. It's just trend. Right. And technology can so it is the bigger. Even before you were born, even before I was born, the technology was there. Then sometimes technology for education, increasing usage of technology for education might be different. But these are just factors. Factors may not be friends, right? The usage of the factors would be friends. Employability, is it trend or not? Employability, is it trend or not? Employability. What is your problem? Just forget about this macro and anything. This question just forget about this one. All that trend of the all that market is trend. All that market is very much. If I get another question and the question just forget about this question. Tell me your friend if you know. Probably middle class. So that is related to the question. The question is how much of the data critical thing over than all can if you might manage trends. Okay. Okay, political. Because it's a debate on the here from money. What is it? Critical thing. What is the critical thing? From the part, we will see part people. Critical thing, never critical. Tourism, we have tourism factory. Oh, one day. In the tourism, we have a car. Right. The tourism, we live in a way, people in the country, but Srilanka, Africa, about right? It was different, right? That is what an answer for this question, right? I give you right. I can take a can name of the right? Then we answer like that. The question answer is go into people are saying up begin. Have I burned going in class because they have exam is from the but now I don't know, like, with the activities class is growing up. Because this economic condition is severely impacting on this middle class actually. This maximum impacted to the high people, right? They are maintaining their lifestyle. And this doesn't impact the people for the lower levels that much. Because they have so many old dates. Right? In their village, they can find out so many things to read. But for the middle class, right? Maybe they just started to go into the upper level before the economic crisis. But this economic crisis hit them. Right? So that's how this has severe effect on this middle class. Right. So trend could be the increase level of unemployability. Right. Unemployability can increase a lot. But if you write as unemployability, that is not a trend. The increasing trend of going abroad. But if you write as going abroad, people won't get trend. Or anything extra here, there would be no extra here. Okay. Increasing trend of operating. That is right. That is now we right now see. Let's say the one trend would be the increasing trend of going abroad. Then what are the different marketing opportunities that we have? For an organization, what are the opportunities? Yeah. Sorry? Yes, there are details on this. consultation. Correct. How about this? Normally, yeah, because in a complex Lanka, people very rarely buy travel, right? Especially they go very rarely to another country. And going to another country is considered to be one of the significant achievement in their life. Even Latvia, we have got a benefit hospital, and that's the nature of Sri Lankans, right? They like when they go to another country, they have set of items to bring. Then baggage, right? Then for those businesses, that was a nice opportunity. Provide maybe some nice baggages, right? And other items that they need to go when they need to travel to another country. And these what we call this work clocks. We are going for Europe countries and other like uh, countries that they can experience these different climates, right? So those could be the different marketing opportunities that we have. And that is how we need to write the answers as well. Otherwise, we won't be able to get sufficient marks. Right? And any other print from your end? For that month, any other print? Okay, let's say drawing is drawing number of elderly people. Then this is what is market of things that we have. The voice of is not ready. This is what are market of things that we have. So, you see, they can see the voice of everything. Yes, but that's simple. I don't get what else. There is increasing literature related product items, maybe health friendly items. Right? Maybe some recreational center for them. Right? Those could be different market opportunities. And that is how you need to write the answers as well. Right? I hope that's clear. Then third one, when purchasing product, buyers go through several stages. We have to describe the buyer decision making process using an appropriate example. Then what should we explain there? What should we explain there? What should we explain there? Kata Pitaliano. What should we explain there? Okay. What should we? What should we? As decision making process. With example, right? You need to select a product. And you just need to define each stage. You need to define how the consumer behaves in each stage. Right. Or written sheet එක හම්බුන්නේ නැහැ නේ. How about this one? Veg Cafe is a restaurant that serves vegetarian, healthy, and delicious food located in Nugget, which is a highly urbanized area. And the majority of the restaurants in this area are non-veg restaurants that serve instant food. Assume you are the restaurant's marketing director and answering the question below. Right. Using appropriate variables, identify 3 possible market segments for the restaurant and suggest a suitable segment target. Right. So what could be the segments, different sections that they can have? Cafe, What could be the different segment? So it's a restaurant that serves in vegetarian, healthy, and delicious food. Right. Located in Nuvegota, which is a highly urbanized area, and the majority of the restaurants in the area are non-veg restaurants that serve instant foods. Assume you are a restaurant marketing director and answer the questions below. Okay. Culture, age. Right. Here, what we have mostly is using appropriate variables, identify three possible segments. Those are just variables, age, income, culture. But we haven't asked anything related to variables. We have asked you to provide you segments for the restaurant. Which are segments? Then you can say that using the age, we identified the segment of the customers above 30. That could be one segment. Overview age, culture, income, anything, right? The behavior. Also, like segmentation variables for it. Using those variables, we try to segment the market. Simple example, using demographic variables, I divide this class into two groups, male and female. The male market could be one segment, but gender is not a segment. Gender is one variable that I use to segment the market. Right? Then male is one segment. Right? And female would be another segment. Then what are segments that we can suggest? What would be the people about 30 and who are going to work? Yes. What are the answers? Answer please. Option from the local correct? Number of Buddhist people. Why do you want to have a Buddhist? How about you do it? Religion may not be a good time. Because they can't think a product like this. This when it comes to this veggie cafe, we provide meals, tea, and delicious food. It can always be expensive. Like veggie items, you don't have right? Then we can segment the market using our income. Maybe people who are earning more than 50,000-70,000 would be one segment for us to out. And right, then people like who are very much concerned about their health, right? Health conscious people would be another thing. Likewise, we have to identify different segments to start our product. Then we have been asked to suggest a suitable segment to target. Then depending on those three segments we identified, we might have to select one segment target. We identify our segments based on it. After production segment, offering the segment. That's what we have to. Then in the B, it's asked, describe how this restaurant can differentiate its marketing of. How can this restaurant can differentiate its marketing? What are the possibilities of differentiating its marketing? We are going to differentiate from the Take the what else? In differentiation, keep in your mind that if it is to be differentiated, it has to be something which other organizations are not full of. You have differentiation again. Right. And if other organizations are following it, and we should be able to do it better than how other organizations are doing. Hope you can remember, we have discussed, now I won't hope that you can remember, right? We have discussed something called differentiation based that an organization can follow: product differentiation, service differentiation, image differentiation, personal differentiation, channel differentiation, right? Those are the ways that an organization can differentiate themselves from the competitors of products. The product itself, right? This is in Novego level, and most of the restaurants, it has been given that most of the restaurants are non-veg restaurants that serve instant foods. That's the name of other restaurant in this area. In product itself, we can differentiate ourselves. This is a veg restaurant which provides healthy food. Product differentiation can be there. Right? Personal differentiation, how can we differentiate ourselves? Using person factors. Right? Our employees must be trained well to treat our customers well. Right? They must be well dressed. Right? They must be like appearing friendly to our customers. Right? Those could be the different ways of how we can differentiate ourselves from competitors of others. Right? So really you need to highlight those factors: product differentiation, service differentiation, personnel, right? Here we are telling them about story. One of the instances of the problem. Then the become of the work, camera was a medical no, it was a trading no, it will be getting 1 mark, 2 marks. So they will get anything from the name. You have to be very much specific if you are writing an answer. Draw questioning map, right? Questioning map type of thing which you are paying like a direct complex. Then you have the skills and these level computers are there. Since computers haven't been given the name of computer, and you might have select 2 criteria. So what could be the possible criteria that we can use to draw a questioning map for a restaurant of this stage? What would be possible criteria that we can use? Or are we not one criteria something like that? Maybe yeah, remember what a question that is. You have to productive account, what of the question in that means. Yes. Yes. Also this idea that we can use to draw a question. What could be possible? You are able to someone in one country. That's what they could all, especially regional consumer. Or another question is to bit. What are able to come over hand out the some can put down and mobile by sponsor. And we just use 2 different qualities, 2 different features. Right? The restaurant take away the model of the different features. We can get here the level of the healthiness of our product. Right? Healthy production, non-healthy production. Could be 1 to 2 extremes in one line. Then another line, what can we use? We can take price. No problem with that. right? 5% of price. Then we can draw where we are in, where other competitors are standing, right? So I think with that we can wind up, and I will share this one with you. Of right. Okay. And I hope you must have learned something out of this session we had so far, right? So though you are, as I told you previously as well, though you are not going to continue your profession in marketing field, right? You need marketing, right? Otherwise, there are people come in, keep you definitely, right? They have like you know that they can talk under any situation, right? Yeah, like working as a accountant or like in accounting division, you must have experienced this one. How they are like playing things. Then not sales people are not having it. Because I have experience. I completed my internship in one sales organization for about 1 year. And I was involved in marketing part. I was not involved in sales part. But I saw how sales people behave as a night job because without sales people, we cannot put anything in our income statement as sales. We might have a condition without sales in our income statement, right? So for any organization, we need to have sales. If we are profit oriented, even for non-profit oriented organizations, we need to have sales. Right? You know those things I am going to explain the account part, right? So that learning, knowing about this marketing is very much important for anyone, right? This is one of the main functions that any organization is having, right? So that you need to know these ups and downs, occurs of these things, right? It will work for you. If you will be able to talk to your marketing manager with so much of confidence, right? Otherwise, when you work using POD like in things like differentiation, then you might be confused. You should be able to get in more confidence by using some of the marketing words. And now they will be like working according to your rules or maybe according to guidelines in the organization, right? So I wish you all the best in your examinations and with everything that you are going to do in the future. If you are doing charter, do your best. If you are doing this examination, with this degree, so do your best for this everything. When you are working or when you are doing best, because even when you are making an effort to do your best, you will get the best result. Otherwise, nothing will come, playing, you know that. So without investment, we are getting without an investment. You know how hard it is to live in this country, in this society now with these conditions. It is not easy for us, right? So if we need to survive in this society or this country, so the one weapon, as far as I believe, I consider is only learning, right? By learning, we can achieve so many things, right? So degree, our income, family background, everything will come behind you if you have nice education background. And that is like 100% true, and that is really working, and that will be working as well. Right. So with that, I will be writing up the session. You for clarity for about 6 to 7 sessions, right? And I hope I did my best to give you something, and I will share these last 2 handouts as well, and I will share the sign marks as well, and I will share the exam paper before exam, and I will give you that exam. So show all the best, and don't know whether we'll be meeting you. I think he will not. You all have another mark certificate, part of it. If you get failed or something, you can like face one of papers again, right? I wish you not to happen that for you, because I know that failing an examination is something very much difficult there, right? So that just try to put your effort, the best effort on these things, right? When good things will come behind you. Thank you and have a nice day.